We've already just about overtaken this guy.
It's like Jurassic Park. It's so volcanic and rainforesty.
The cloud is just cleared.
Oh my goodness, you can see the second one. We just go around this corner here and then straight up the mountain.
You sure this is the path?
It's only slightly terrifying.
One of these days we're going to save up and we're going to buy some trainers.
We're in a cloud! We made it to the sky! That very much looks like a dead end. We made it! This is attempt number 2. We are leaving Iles today and trying to get back up to Pointe-a-Pitre. A massive storm came through last night and I think we're still seeing the effects of it. We've got about 30-35 knots of wind and we are tearing along. So our GPS said we should get there about 2:30 this afternoon, and then as soon as we put the sails up it was like, oh no, you're going twice that speed. You'll be there in no time.
It's ridiculous. You've been getting 9 knots of boat speed through the water. We're getting 30 plus knots of current, 30 knots of current. Yeah, we're not balanced at all, but I'm scared to turn up the sail.
So we're holding in quite close to the wind and about 30 degrees off, which we normally can't do in this cat, but with the winds this high we are tearing along. And we just had to suddenly swerve because there was a fishing buoy just right in front of us, maybe about 10 meters in front.
Yeah, so the fishermen in this part of the world seem to love using semi-transparent white bottles to mark their fishing pots, which when you got white caps all around you in the sea is a little bit of a challenge to work out.
It adds some excitement to the journey.
Whee!
Seeing all of these fishing buoys around makes us think we should have another go at fishing. We're going to put our handrail out again. You might remember Fishgate when we nearly caught that mahi-mahi and then it jumped off the back of the boat. We had another near miss a few days after that, which we didn't manage to film. And then we did actually catch something. I know you won't believe us because we don't have it on film, but we did, and it tasted delicious. So our faith is restored in our little tiny lure. So yeah, we'll give it another go and see if Harrison can do us proud today. I just can't get over how different the landscape is here in Guadeloupe. So we're so used to the Caribbean kind of turquoise waters and sandy beaches and palm trees. And then we come here and it's like Jurassic Park. It's so volcanic and rainforesty. I love it.
We're catching up with this boat in the front, which is making me quite excited. We've already just about overtaken this guy, and I've got 2 more monohulls. I think I'll maybe overtake one of the monos by the time we have to turn the corner.
Nice.
We'll see. It's fun being in a cat. Fun. So we're humming along nicely at about 7 knots, I reckon, and all of a sudden I just started seeing some white line flapping around on the front of the boat, and it turned out one of our trampolines had come completely loose. Annoyingly, the trampoline that didn't have problems with the line, the other one has some chafing that we're going to have to replace. So a slightly damp adventure to the bow of the boat, and yeah, I think I've managed to secure it for now. Otherwise we might arrive in Pointe-a-Pitre less a trampoline, which would be a shame because I don't think we could afford to replace the trampolines at this stage. So yeah, I have to hope that I managed to tie it on just tight enough that it's not going to come loose with these pretty significant slamming waves that we've got. I don't know, fingers crossed.
So that's us drawing level with the monohull now, so we're going to claim that as a win, and then we're going to start looking at how to turn up into Pointe-a-Pitre. It's right in the heart of Guadeloupe. It's kind of like 2 butterflies' wings, and it's right up in the center. So there's a lot of shallows around, there's a lot of reefs around. We're already seeing a million fishing buoys. So yeah, hopefully we'll get in there with no further problems.
It turns out the water on the way into Pointe-a-Pitre is covered in markers, none of which make any sense. So instead of following what we thought was the channel markers, what we should, instead we're going to carry on all the way over towards the other island of Guadeloupe, so the other half of the butterfly. And then we'll turn and try and downwind our way through an anchoring prohibited area, a bit deeper water, and then we'll join the channel at the very last minute and we'll swing our way into Pointe-a-Pitre.
Sounds good to me.
Nothing could go wrong. I'm also quite enjoying my new sailing odds that I never use. I feel like Mickey Mouse. I don't know why.
Like a mime.
It feels like I should be doing something on a mime, yeah.
Can you tell me all that again, but without any words, please? No! We arrived here into Pointe-a-Pitre yesterday, and just in time because a tropical wave came through at about 2 a.m. last night. We are kind of up a river, so we're super well protected. The winds didn't get that high, but there was a lot of rain. So yeah, we were very pleased to be here. We didn't really get much sleep, but that's no excuse, so we are heading out today to go exploring. We're going to try and find a waterfall. We reckon they're going to look really good after the amount of rain that we had last night, so we'll see what we can do. So how's the driving in Guadeloupe?
It's not that bad. We've definitely driven in worse places in terms of traffic. What we have worked out is when you get to things like roundabouts, you have to drive a little bit like a maniac for them to take you seriously and let you onto or off of the roundabout.
Yeah, it's like you need to earn your place on the roundabout.
It's Hunger Games. Driving Hunger Games.
I'm so glad I'm not driving. Oh my goodness, this is steep. Look at this.
Wheel spinning. Ah, we got it. We also discovered that this car can't really do hills, which is great when you're deciding to drive up a mountain.
Yep.
And if it gets above 2,000, 2,500 revs, the AC becomes a heater.
Yes, it is getting very toasty in here now.
Great. So what have you learned?
I've learned they need to update their signs.
Ah.
So it says 5 million years ago, the volcano started erupting here, or there was volcanic activity. And then 250,000 years ago, it continued, and some coral reefs appeared. But they haven't got anything more recent than 250,000 years ago. Ah. I just love these information cards. They've written it out like a primary school profile on a historical person. So it's like, name, Grand Carbe River. Age, 140,000 years old. Address, they've written where it is. Occupation, superstar. But apparently, Christopher Columbus saw the waterfall and thought, oh, there's probably drinking water there, I'll go to that island. And so he stopped over here to try and find drinking water.
Right.
So that's pretty cool.
Cloud is just cleared.
Oh my goodness, you can see the second one. I mean, that's gotta hurt, that much water falling off on you if you stand at the bottom.
I mean, there's really only one way to find out though, right?
Double dare, yeah. Everywhere you look, it's a different plant, different shade of green. So
it's pretty cool.
And you can constantly hear the river just out of sight.
Just enough to make you need to wee.
Whoa!
Well, that was worth the hike.
Imagine if that was it.
That isn't it, right? Well, as is all good brownie hikes, the time has come to abandon this clearly marked path and head off into the wilderness. In this case, straight up the middle of this stream. After all, what's the worst that could happen?
This is when it gets to the real hiking, when you've got a steep staircase.
In flip-flops. One of these days we're going to save up and we're going to buy some trainers. Problem is, we either don't have shoes on at all or we're wearing flip-flops on the beach somewhere. So The need for trainers is fairly minimal, and ironically we do have hiking boots, but last night when we were discussing getting ready for this, I talked Brandy out of packing the hiking boots, saying it's just a waterfall, it's not that far. I know this is mostly because of the storm that passed over last night, but we are just walking up a waterfall now. And in Scotland they call that gorge walking. I'm sure they call that gorge walking everywhere. But I didn't realise that's what we were doing today. I would have come more equipped.
Clearly everybody only ever goes to the second waterfall and no one comes this way to the first, so they didn't want to like splash the cash.
That's true. They don't
on
wanna...
making a proper path. So I've decided it's actually quite refreshing having to walk through the river every 10 metres or so. Because we're only in flip-flops. So our feet get to cool down a little bit. Which they wouldn't if we had proper shoes on.
Oh, it's cold.
It's very chilly.
I think we've now identified that once again, you picking out the route we should take always means we climb a mountain the wrong way. Because apparently this path, with all these wonderful boards on it, is the way back down to the start.
Okay, this path doesn't look so much like a path anymore.
Oh, you're kidding. I mean, already it's looking pretty rough going.
Well, we just go around this corner here and then straight up the mountain. Definitely a path, because there's a little step here. One little bit of wood in all of the rocks means someone came and put it here so that we could climb up it.
And then called it a path.
Yeah.
That's where we're going. Seriously.
I don't think I can step that high.
You sure this is the path?
Yeah, there was a bit of wood over there.
Oh yeah.
I have no idea how we're going to get down here again. My legs are so tired already.
I mean, the French do like rock climbing, and they're pretty good at it.
They'd have to be.
I don't know if the Guadeloupeans are the same.
Easy. There's even handrails up here, like. Proper mountaineering when it's just like locked into the side of the mountain.
We didn't bring our harnesses.
You get to go downhill for about 30 centimetres over here.
Hey, you win.
Enjoy it. I don't think that's the path.
Bri?
Oh, just up.
Just
straight up.
Follow that line.
On you go.
Which I'm thinking it looks more and more like we're supposed to have harnesses. Instead of flip-flops.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, the points are neat.
That's only slightly terrifying.
Safety.
Made it.
So, it looks like it might get easier just after this hairpin bend.
I love your optimism.
Always.
I think the Guadeloupeans are my people. Seeing that, like, this is the way that they lay out a path.
Yeah.
And this is exactly the kind of path that I always take us on when we go hiking.
Yeah.
I think I found my homies.
What has happened?
Oh, my foot squelched quite a lot of the step before, which should have given me warning, and then I stepped here and it just completely disappeared.
The forest is reclaiming your flip-flops. Oh, that
It's good, isn't it?
is nice.
Okay, well, we were just saying that we're kind of getting a bit bored of just walking now because we can't see anything. And then we looked up, and you totally won't be able to see this, but this is the bottom of the cloud that we saw from the bottom. So we must be almost at the waterfall. It's literally passing over here. Like, this is cloud. I've got a bit. We're in a cloud! We made it to the sky!
Actually at the sky.
Some people might say that was rain, but no, I'm going to claim that we're in a cloud.
Fog, har, mist, drizzle, mizzly.
It's cloudy. It's cloudy around my face. You don't get that down at sea level. Look at this, I'm just going to disappear into the white. You basically can't even see me now. This is actually like a channel just worn away by the river now. We're not on a path anymore. Given up on that idea.
Well, of course you've given up on that idea. I'm not surprised in the slightest that you've given up on the idea of a path. Although I am surprised by the fact I can now see cloud. Just cloud.
Yeah, behind you it's just white.
It's getting weird.
Oh no!
We've been walking, what, 2 hours? Straight up a hill?
That very much looks like a dead end.
Ah, no, we're all right. I can get around it.
Of course.
I was just thinking it's weird though. We've been walking for 2 hours or something and we've not seen anybody.
Yeah, that is a little bit odd, not gonna lie.
I think we're going to be those people who get lost on the mountain. See the sign that said difficult?
Yeah.
I think it meant hiking boots.
To be honest though, I'm not sure that hiking boots really would have made this that much easier. And I don't think it's the footwear that's the biggest problem. This is doing nothing.
Lean out on it.
And just swing around. Oh yeah, that's really easy. Do we get points for how creatively we get to the waterfall?
At this stage, yeah.
Well, there's no waterfall, but this is a definite positive sign. We found the river, and I think this is the bit they said that we had to cross over, which seems a little bit more river-like than the streams we've had to cross so far.
The safest place to cross is going to be up here, right?
At least in flip-flops, we can just walk right through it. Okay, my turn. Can I do it without dropping you in the water? We can see it! At last!
Just
We're
over
close.
there. See, between the white stuff and the brown stuff, there's more white stuff that's going downwards instead of across. That's water.
That way there!
Honest. Look at that face. And why are you looking at that face?
That's the actual path! We're literally gorge walking
In flip-flops.
back up the waterfall.
Gotta keep going.
Woo! There's quite a lot of slack in this cable.
Yeah. How is that?
I mean, it was quite fun coming up, but I have no idea how we're getting down there. That's a problem for future me.
My turn. You're gonna watch this. I need 2 hands. Sorry, guys.
We made it! Oh my goodness, this is incredible.
So worth it.
Like, you look and you go, oh my goodness, that's a massive waterfall. And then you see it just keeps going up and up and up into the clouds. That's insane.
It's like Jurassic Park. It's crazy.
Yeah. That is insane! I'm getting absolutely soaked. It's all like the spray is just bouncing off the pond at the bottom and just like coming up and completely clobbering me and freezing. I'm glad that we're not going to go for a swim in this one because, yeah, I'm really cold. It's insane!
So the only tricky thing about today is we spent so much time climbing up to this waterfall, we actually have to kind of make a move to get down the mountain again before it gets dark. So we were going to film our descent, ascent, descent, ascent. As you guys know, it took a long time to get here. We were going to film all of that journey back. However, as you've now seen, getting here was pretty treacherous. So we're going to use all our arms and legs to get us there safely. So we'll see you at the bottom, all right? Okay, that was amazing.
Yeah, it really was.
It really was absolutely stunning. The two waterfalls, both were really, really big actually, a lot bigger than I was expecting, and really nice. Yeah, so cool.
I know, when we first got there, all I kept saying is, it's massive, it's huge, just look, it's really big. Harder than I thought as well.
If you haven't considered coming to Guadeloupe, I am fast becoming a big promoter of this place. It's amazing.
Definitely, it's incredible. There's just so much here.
Yeah, it's just non-stop. However, as you can probably tell, the light has started to fade and we do need to get back, partly to get back to the car, but also...
Just to sleep. Please, I need sleep.
I mean, you wouldn't have thought, but a hurricane, tropical depression, storm, whatever, a big storm passed through last night and we didn't get a lot of sleep. No. And then we decided to go and hike a mountain. Why did we decide to
that makes sense.
hike a mountain? Anyway, so we better get going before I collapse. So yeah, we'll catch you guys later. Whoop! Fell over.
My foot's stuck. And so at this point I realise I left our jackets in the car.
What? What's in the bag?
I have no idea. I think it's all food.
You kind of forget that all that water coming down is going to make quite a lot of wind. And it's really cold. Okay.